James catches, puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat packing the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the Trey, yes and no. Friends and the foes, the Butlers and the Heroes. You can feel it in your soul, when the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Yeah! Welcome to the Basement Sports Network post-game show. The shit kind of threw me off. That boy was just sitting there. I'm your host, Royal A. Shepherd, and I'm joined today by, you know him, you love him, you hear him all the time on the Random Scrub Heat podcast. He finally showed back up to a stream. My boy, Hot Take Harrison. Harrison, how you doing this evening?
I'm good. Season-saving victory, so I'm feeling good.
Dub Club for us tonight, baby. Y'all see him down there right beneath me. My boy, Bubba, pulling up one time. Bubba, who's better than D-Wade?
James Harden, right? He's better. That's what I was told by Philadelphia 76er fans. Your organization's still in piss. Never were a championship contender. We beat them in 7.
You nasty, bro. Don't y'all start this early in the show. And, of course, rounding out this panel, my main man, the boy Cain Kendall, pulling up one time for the one time. Kendall, how you doing today, my boy?
I am doing fabulous, my brother. I cannot complain on how I'm doing personally.
Fantastic. I'm glad you phrased it that way. Miami pulled out a 101-99 victory over the Philadelphia 76ers. Clutch game number, I can't keep count at this point, but 44. Clutch game number 44 on the season for Miami. But this time we got a win out of it. A lot of things I liked that I saw. Some things I didn't like about what I saw, but we'll get to my thoughts as we go throughout the show. We're gonna start with Cain Kendall tonight. Boy, give me your thoughts on the game.
It was a Jimmy Butler like mindset game to some degree. It's weird. Like he got smoked for Philly in the highest order, bro. Like he hate them, bro. Like you could tell, like he likes Embiid, he fuck with PJ, but like just like the organization alone, like Jimmy fucking hates them. Because they didn't want to keep him for whatever reason. Even though I feel like the people who made that decision, I don't even know if they're still there. Are they? Like
I don't think so. I think that
right,
over.
But he taking that smoke to the grave, which is real, and I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I like how he's stepping when it comes to that. But overall, you know, I'm gonna be real. I just think I feel like that was a Jimmy game, bro. Like his mindset, his mentality. These boys hit 15 threes, bro. Like, let's be real. Shit, I don't know whether to call it fake or whether it's just, you know, because, you know, the whole team know how he feel about Philly and they get up, so he get up. I mean, he get up, so they get up. But good all around team game. I'm gonna be real. It felt like a game from last year. Like, and I'll leave it at that because, you know, we got more when we break down individuals.
Yeah, like it was a game from last year. The Heat shot 40% from three-point tonight, and that's not something that you customarily get from this team. Hey, Dan, my brother, you don't have to, brother, listen, you're a regular, my boy. We see you, whether the donations come or not. But we're not going to keep that up there too long because we do got real money coming in here. I want to thank my boy Just the Bless with the $1.99. Don't know. He said, I was waiting for the Duncan and Dedmon jersey swap. They can swap that jersey in hell for all I care. Thank you, Belinsky Pierre, for the $4.99. Don't know. He said, this team is so confusing, bro, I swear. Zeller, underrated. Listen, okay. So his name is Zeller. And underrated is one word, brother. Put it together. Zeller's underrated pickup. Not getting my hopes up, but we definitely need to tighten up. I don't know, like what
He
more.
literally
This
got
is
his
the
hopes
best
up.
game that they've played. This is a great game. To say they need to tighten up after this one, brother, this is as good as it's gonna get. This is the best performance against a high caliber team that Miami has to offer you. Want to thank my boy Kai Chisholm with the $4.99 dono. He said, I see fellow Cains. Have a Cain game for my boy Kai. He said, and I listen to what they say. Make sure you like, subscribe, and talk to Jay Pugh. And speaking of, we want to thank the primary sponsor of the Basement Sports Network. I got James Pugh. Ladies and gentlemen, insurance does not need to be complicated. Make sure you email him or give him a call today and tell him that the basement sent you. Email I got James Pugh at jpugh@simplehealthadvisor.com or give him a call at 321-345-7738. Thank you to James Pugh. Thank you to Kai for throwing me that lob. And thank you to the people over at Simple Health Advisors for sponsoring our network. We appreciate them very much so. Let's keep the conversation moving along. Bubba, give me your thoughts on the game today, bro.
Yeah, we'll beat Philly any day. Like we own them. It's not close. Like this is this was never a joke what I've been saying about this. Like the 76ers are not a real contender. They're not. I keep seeing these graphics at the bottom of the screen. Is there a contender in the East outside of Boston, Milwaukee, and Philly? Take Philly out of that. It's Boston and Milwaukee. They're not that team. And like Kendall was saying, Jimmy will take that to the grave. He will refuse to take a night off against them. So I hope we play them in the first round because we will beat them in the first round. And that will give me the false hope that I need to keep going as a Heat fan, to be honest with you. Same thing with Gabe. Gabe doesn't fucking like Philly either, man. I don't know what it is. He does not like Philadelphia. And I fuck with it because I don't like Philadelphia. So it's fantastic, honestly. Gabe played great. Jimmy played great. That layup, probably the play of the year for the Heat so far, right? Like
which one? The one he missed?
No. the crazy like up and under one that he got.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about another layup.
He did. I remember earlier in the game he smoked an open layup, which was crazy. But yeah, that was a fun game. It actually felt good to not like get embarrassed on national television. Like, to be honest with you, I'm getting so used to like these Heat losses that I like was just expecting it to not work. And when Harden missed that three, it just kind of gave me life, to be honest with you. Like, it felt good. It was a good win.
So the fact that it got to that Harden three at the end of the game gave me like it may help me crystallize what it was. I'm grateful for the win, but we've seen this game before, as my boy Kendall liked to say. The script was scripting tonight. Good first quarter, competitive second quarter. Shit started to fall off the rails in that third quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, they went on a run like 10-0. But anyway.
Number 15 team in the league, baby.
Come on, man. You want to see how
mid
good?
is a mid, motherfucker. Smack dab in the middle.
Squeezed in the middle. Fuck is you telling me? Thank you, Kyle Anglin, for the $4.99 dono. He's at 145 up in here. 145 in here. Like up this motherfucking stream. First show. Leave that money up there while we talk to my boy Harrison. Harrison, give me your thoughts on the game tonight.
Jimmy wasn't losing tonight, especially when Herro struggled again. Bam hasn't really been that good since the break, but Jimmy wasn't losing this team. And it does seem like a Miami Heat kind of win. They barely scored 100. That's the team. They did make some threes tonight. They turned the Sixers over a lot. It was 22 points on 18 turnovers. So when you win by 2 points, that's why you won. And they had some bench scoring tonight, right? I mean, they really have had a very mediocre to below average bench this season. And they got some contributions from them. I would just like to say, it was getting to be a bit of a nasty losing streak there. Duncan didn't play and they won. And that's not a coincidence. That, those things are related to one another. And so I just want to make sure we all understand that it doesn't really matter, how much longer he's going to torture me. It's just when he doesn't play, the team has a better chance of winning. He's not going to foul the guy 13 times. He's not going to miss every shot he takes. And you got a shot when he's in street clothes. So I argued with someone earlier this season. I said Duncan is not a part of the rotation. I got yelled at multiple times and then eventually blocked. So, good for them for being wrong and just bathing in it. That's what they do. And Duncan is not part of this team. And we just need to find a way to get rid of him moving forward. But good win. Jimmy Butler was great tonight. 4 steals as well. So it's kind of back to Miami Heat basketball, turning them over. And give credit to, we talked about the Jimmy circus shot. Nice play. Bam blocked the hell out of Embiid. It was the second to last possession for the Sixers. So he's still giving it to you defensively, even when he wasn't really having a great offensive game. And we'll take it. We got to, it's always fun beating Philly. They're not good. And I'm with Alex. They don't worry me. I mean, they'd probably beat us in a series, but I'm not worried until the series is over because they stink.
That is true. Like, if you want to feel confident against one of the upper teams in the East, then Philly is the pick. Like, Philly is the worst of the bunch because of the things that have been aforementioned. I still don't believe we can beat them in a series, but I do understand people's confidence when playing them, especially considering that they play like this. We're going to go out of order a little bit tonight. I know we usually run through the starters first, but I want to talk about Cody Zeller, bro. Like, and I know it's weird that we want to talk about a guy playing 16 minutes, getting 5 points, 1 rebound, 2 blocks. Don't care. Like, Cody Zeller is that thing off the bench. Like, he felt like the best player off the bench to me. And I know that's a lot considering that Max Strus was able to hit shots tonight. But I want to talk about Cody Zeller, his impact, and just the way he's played. Kendall, we're going to throw it to you since your name is Zeller Clamp Embiid.
Bro, it's simple for me. Like, he fucking stinks. And that's why he was out the league. But the fact that he could walk on the court these past 3 games he's been here, and he's only been around for like a week and look competent. If you go to basketballreference.com and you type in the name Cody Zeller, right there in the bio, it's gonna say drafted. First round, number 4 overall pick. I don't know how he went that high back then. He was literally doo-doo. Back then in Indiana, he was ass always to me. Like, I never thought he was like going to be anything like serious in the league. But bro, like, he was an NBA talent, like coming out of college. And I don't think it's a coincidence that literally Zeller looks as good as he does. He looks competent. He looked like he can do more than just look like he's not trying to fuck shit up, aka Orlando Robinson. Bro, like, they not surviving Orlando Robinson minutes. Like,
no,
when Bam would have went to the bench with his 3rd foul, like, Embiid might have dropped a quick little 8 points in 2 minutes. I'm not finna hype him up for having a B+ teammate grade in 2K. Like, he set solid screens, he moved the ball, but it's just like, but it does just like kind of, I think it's more like satire at this point. It's just like he's literally drafted, bro. Like, and that's good that they added a drafted player, and now he's literally contributing better than a UDFA can. And I'll probably say that later, but it's like, I don't think the shit's a coincidence, but good for him, I guess. I mean, yeah, bro, but it's just funny, dog. Like, he's a drafted player, bro. Like, and he looks like he belongs in the NBA, and especially with a Heat uniform on. So it's like, I'm not really surprised.
Even as a drafted player who some might consider a bust because he's a top 4 pick.
Literally.
Like, he's a bust. But on this team,
older than Orlando Robinson, probably left. I don't even know if he's less athletic at this point, but he looks like he's a much better player than him. Like, there's literally a significant gap, I think, in not only IQ, not only talent, but like IQ. Like, it's like, bruh, it's crazy that they put us through this for so long. And I'm here using Cody Zeller as the example in season of, well, Kevin Love an example too. But it's just like, bruh, like, but good for Cody, man, I guess. And thank you, because he saved me from Orlando Robinson minutes, bruh.
That's true, and we can honestly say that he got us a win. Because I agree with you 100%. If we had to put Orlando Robinson out there, we would not have survived. Harrison, what's been your take on Cody Zeller and his production so far?
Well, I thought it was interesting. I also just went on his basketball reference page, and his nickname is the Big Handsome. So I don't know if his mom owns some basketball reference stock or something. That is crazy to call that man Big Handsome. He is ugly and he's balding. But listen, he's effective. He gets out there. He can rebound the basketball. He can box out. He blocked Embiid coming down the court, and Embiid must have been – he's not going to be happy watching that highlight because you never want to be blocked by a substitute teacher. So he's effective. I think Kendall summed it up pretty well. He's not Orlando Robinson. He's not Dwayne Dedmon. Essentially, like, he can go out there, box out, get a rebound, put the ball back up, and his minutes have been good in the games that he's played. And I think that's what's been so frustrating about the season for me is that this guy was available the whole year. Why did they keep throwing Dedmon out there? Why did they listen? Orlando Robinson was fine for a couple games, but he's a two-way guy. He doesn't need to be out there. And the fact that they just let this happen, whether they're cheap or they thought they could figure it out or they're prideful or they're stupid, I don't know. So Zeller's been effective. He's been good off the bench. He's kind of stabilized the backup big role. And I liked his minutes, so they're going to keep playing him, obviously. And if he can give you that kind of production in 15, 16 minutes, you keep rolling him out there. And you can't really complain about what he's given the Heat. So, good pickup through 3 games. And, we probably should have been signed earlier at this point because we were playing absolute scrubs that did not understand how to basketball.
That's a wise way to put it. Playing scrubs who do not understand how to basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all see all that beautiful melanated skin just popping up on the screen. Welcome into the panel, my guy, the crown prince of crime of the basement, Cain. Threat, just pulling up, my brother. Want to hear your thoughts on the game. We was on the Cody Zeller, one of the first players to talk about, but just want to hear your thoughts on the game overall, bro.
These are the type of games that the Miami Heat gonna win. Games they should absolutely not win. They have no business winning, and they end up winning. And it gives people who are idiots false hope, and they get sucked in. It's a nasty, nasty, dirty game that the Miami Heat and the organization play. But here we are. I'm not liking what I'm seeing right now from a lot of guys. It's time to bring the negativity straight up. Tyler Herro, 3 for 13, 8 points, 2 for 9 from 3-point land. The 3-point ball is still not falling. Bam Adebayo is in a nasty slump, looking like a 10-foot merchant right now. Jimmy Butler got his, but recently he's been living at the line. But if you look at the mid-range shots that the Heat are shooting past that 12-foot range, bro, the Heat's big 3 are bottom towards the league, bro. Like, it's literally Jimmy, Bam, and Herro towards the bottom of the league. Granted, it's the least efficient shot.
Did you put Herro in a big 3 on this program, brother? Don't do that,
my brother.
Don't start.
Hey, that's what the streets been saying.
I want to let my boy cook, but I'm not gonna let that slide. Now I don't care what the streets saying. I don't give a fuck what they do out in the streets. Don't bring that in the eyes. Don't. I'm sorry, cook though, bro.
But nah, I'm not feeling it, bro. I'm not feeling it. The Heat were able to get the 1-on-1 today, but it's like every game is ugly, disgusting. You got boys putting up 176. Granted, it takes overtime to get that, but bro, I couldn't even imagine the Miami Heat getting the 176 in 10 overtimes. You got Dame Lillard putting up 71 points in the game. Harry put it up, bro. Kyle Lowry has 71 points for his last 10 games. I don't know, bro. Like, I'm so over this team. They might have give y'all hope, but for me, I always knew the 76ers were frauds. And I tweeted it out the other day, like, they're not gonna get my respect just because they're a better team than us, bro. They got chokers over there. They got boys who don't show it in the playoffs. And we did them dirty last year. They're supposed to be better this year, yes, of course, and we got worse. But I'm still not putting my money on anything Sixers related, bro. It's just they just one of those cursed franchises, bro, who just can't figure it out. So we'll see how things go, but they better figure it out real fast, bro.
Hey, so I was going to save the Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro shit for later on in the show. I wanted to focus on the dub, enjoy that for a little bit. But since you brought that shit up, Tyler Herro was fucking awful tonight. And it is No surprise that he went the fuck off against the Charlotte Hornets, but then he seen some of these black guys with lateral movement, and all of a sudden, the game in the shitter. We seeing the same shit now. Boy ain't even get double digits tonight. That shit was good. I'm not gonna go off because we won. I'm in the positive energy. Fuck what Threat got going on. I'm positive right now. Okay, but Tyler Herro, you got one more fucking game. Oh ass me. Alex, I kind of want you to talk about Tyler Herro's game a little bit tonight because boy was throwing shit up and kind of killing the offense at times.
Yeah, but if you've been listening to the program for months now, you knew. This take is aging like Salma Hayek, bro. Like, this is ridiculous. This is aging like the finest wine. If you are playing a good basketball team, take Tyler Herro's under. And if they're playing a bad basketball team, take his over. If you would like to print money. I would like to print money. Is anyone surprised? I mean, I'm just upset when he takes these shots now. That last three pissed me off. You know you're not hitting it. It's not your night. Give the ball to Jimmy Butler and get the fuck out the way. Straight up. That's how it needs to be, man. Like, he is so predictable at this point that, I mean, it's crazy. His energy that he carried around him is so gone. Like, and I don't even know how, I saw people on the timeline. I saw, Roy, you were getting into them. The people talking about how valuable Herro is compared to Bam and stuff. Like, the energy that was around Tyler Herro, like even his brand, everything, the direction he was going feels so dead to me. Nobody is scared of him. I haven't seen him make a clutch shot in a minute. Literally, like, what I see right now, because, you know, people want to hang on to the one shot he hit in the Smoothie King Center as something legitimate. But they're still showing that three he hit against Philadelphia years ago when we were rocking the teal vice. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, he has fallen off. He's not that guy. He is quite literally worse than he was last year. And we gave him more. We gave him more minutes. We gave him more shots. We gave him a bigger opportunity, just like he wanted when he said, like, I believe I'm a starter. You were wrong. The Heat organization was wrong. He needs to start coming off the bench, like, sooner rather than later. You can't close games with him when he's playing like this. You cannot close playoff games when Tyler Herro is 2 of 9 for 3. Put Oladipo in. I don't care if he's also 2 of 9 from 3. He plays defense. That's how it's got to be. You're going to have to close with Gabe, Depot, Jimmy, somebody, and Bam. You're going to have to do that. This is how the Heat win these games. Get it out the mud, get out the fucking concrete, whatever the fuck they're stuck in right now. Like that, this is the only type of game they can win, is if they literally grind you out to such a level that the soft teams like Philadelphia can't handle it. Milwaukee can handle it. Boston can and will handle it. And if you don't bring that energy, you'll lose. Straight up. We won't see a performance like this from Max Strus again for 3 weeks. We won't. So don't get used to that. But listen, man, about Tyler Herro, like it's come to a point now where it's now everyone's hopping on I don't want to say everyone's hopping on the bandwagon, but we all saw the timeline this week. Everybody now is like, yo, yeah, I mean, this is tough. I think the Heat organization is starting to realize it now. How quickly it went from we're only 20 games in to there's 20 games left. How quickly, right? How quickly people were telling us, we're only 20 games in. You can't judge Tyler Herro. He's just getting adjusted to the starter role. We're 20 games left now. He adjusted yet? Nope. It's predictable, man. Good team, he stinks. Bad team, he's good. You only play good teams in the playoffs. Good luck.
Yeah. Look, the boy Threat said I manifested this on the timeline. I did not. I did not manifest this. I just said it.
Nah, nigga. We gonna give niggas they flowers. Bro, you've been driving the bandwagon on boyismid.com / Tyler Herro .14.bucket. Bro, that was you.
Bro, listen, bro. Hey, I just saw what I saw 2 years ago and hope I never saw it again. And motherfuckers want to tell me it was something that is not. And they still trying to do it to me, Scott. Scott, I hear you, bro. Scott, I know what you're trying to tell me, you know. But I ain't fucking with it. Harrison, I want to know what you thought about Tyler Herro tonight and just kind of like what he's been going through the past couple of weeks.
He stunk. He just wasn't good. And he's honestly had a very up and down season. I think Alex kind of nailed it, and I had tweeted something about it the other night. Like he just plays better against the bad teams, and he's not doing so well against the better competition. Very much like Kendrick Nunn had those issues a few years back, and obviously Tyler's better than him, but but it's gonna be tough to it's going to be tough to keep defending his play. We can have a discussion about his salary is only $5 million this year, but it's going to jump up big time next season. They should look to get rid of him. We're at that point. People are like, oh yeah, I'm not doing it unless it's for a big upgrade. No. You're doing it for anyone that helps the team at this point because here's the issue, right? If he was an average defender, average, there'd be a different conversation around him because you wouldn't need him to be so efficient and score so much when he's out there. The problem is his defense is ass. Like he's a bad defender. He gets picked on at the end of games. He gets targeted by other teams. They look for him. They look for the white boy, and they take advantage of him being out there, which I would too if I was a basketball coach. So no big deal there. I do the same thing. And on top of that, it's just last year when he won 6th Man of the Year, he was very efficient from the field. He had a very good regular season. And his issue now, and there's things that have now shown up every year of his career. This is his 4th year in the league. He's had injuries every year. A lot of them have been of the lower body variety. So we can't say, oh, if he hadn't got injured, that guy's injured every season. Even the first year when he had a couple good moments in the bubble, he would have missed the playoffs if they started on time without the pandemic. He would not have been healthy if the playoffs had started on time. He had a bad ankle injury near the end of the year. So you're talking about a guy who's injury prone, not strong enough to get to the basket, which we talked about, that he needs to be able to get to the line to get to the next part of his game. He has not shown that yet. And at this point, what are we? We're basically just hoping he makes half his shots, which he hasn't been able to do for much of this year. I think he has 2 games where he shot better than 50% in 2023.
Cool.
So we're done. I'm done. I'm happy to sit up there and say, there's been some good, there's some bad. It's more bad than good for Tyler this year, and I think it's time to move on from them. So however they want to do that, they want to put him together with the Lowry trade and add a pick and go after a big salary, fine. They want to move him separately, fine. But he's not the answer, and he's not going to help. We all want them to build around Bam. That's what we all want. We all agree on that. We don't know how they do it. We don't know how they do it and what they're going to do. It's not involve Herro, and it shouldn't involve. Get rid of that before that contract looks bad in a couple of years. And that's where I'm at. I know you asked about the game. He just wasn't good.
Yeah. No. It's okay. This is like the timeline for me. Watching other people turn on Tyler Herro. Like I've just been sitting back like a proud stepfather. Like that's all I've been looking at. Like that's my child too. Like all of you are my sons out here with this Tyler slander. Kendall, go ahead and get your shit off about what you've been feeling about Tyler Herro. Whether you want to choose this game or how he's been playing the past couple of games, I don't give a shit. I'm just liking the discourse at the moment. I'm soaking it in.
Yeah, I just updated the name because that's all he is. And he's actually worse because he doesn't have any athleticism. He can't beat people off the dribble like consistently. And like we're gonna talk about Ben because he didn't struggle too, but it's just like, bro, like at least I can point to other things and say, yeah, he at least could do X, Y, and Z. Like, I mean, he literally snuffed and beat shit like in the clutch, like, and he much smaller than him. But with Tyler, bro, it's like, and honestly, I feel like tonight he did a good enough job of not getting his fucking face fried off, like because he was showing. I'm gonna be real. If I can say anything positive about Herro, bro, this is literally the best game I've ever seen him show on like a pick and roll in defense. Like, bro, he was scared shitless whenever Harden would try to get him to switch off of Caleb to switch off of him and Tyler to get caught on him. he was getting the fuck up out of there. But boy, his ass, you know what I'm saying? In terms of like looking for elite play, he's a good player, but he's just not that, you know what I'm saying? And my man took 0 free throws, bro. Like you in year 4, you took 0 free throws, dog. Like you can't get to the line against DeAnthony Melton, Tyrese Maxey, old PJ,
old James Harden.
Oh, hey man. Last year we said after we lost to the Celtics, I was like, bitch ass Barai said I would still trade Harden for Tyler for Harden right now. And I said, absolutely. Fuck niggas was talking crazy on the name. Saying all kind of wild shit. The Harden we just beat in 6 games and this and that. Brother, it is almost a year later from that moment. James Harden had 20, 12, and 6, bitch. In a losing effort nonetheless, but he is still miles ahead of him. A lot of people told me, you know, I wouldn't do it, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, he just been struggling. And that narrative, I never really caught on to it until recently, but like he plays bad against good. Well, he plays very good against good teams, and like, yeah, this shit is crazy. And fuck him. Because whenever Bam get to cooking or look like he's showing any signs of life offensively, for as shitty as he played today, and my man, somebody here in here said that Tyler IQ hasn't reached double digits. They absolutely right. Bam literally hit 2 jump shots in a row after going 1 for 9. And Tyler said, I ain't finna give you this ball in the post versus Paul Reed. I'm finna probe to the middle of the court where I ain't got nowhere to go, and I'm gonna kick this bitch out in the Max Strus. Cause fuck it, why not?
Thank God he made it.
And he happened to make the 3. But yeah, bro, like that he just not it. He not it, and he gotta go. Like Harry said, like dude gotta go. I never was a big fan of him. I fucked with him as a rookie. But once that bubble, I love what I saw in that bubble, and I was like, oh, cash in. You know what I'm saying? Because
we get that.
Because in my opinion, that bubble shit was so fake to me in some aspects, that it was just like you just have to play. You got to take chances, bro. Like after what Jimmy did what he did, they should have tried to cash in on Tyler in any way they could, and they just didn't. And that shit. And yeah, here we are. And he will never be an all-star. I'll just say that right now.
That's you cooking, because that's something that like people like to talk to you about his age, like his potential and his growth, and it's like they seem to eliminate the, like in my eyes, which is a fact, that he may be closer to his ceiling than he is his floor. Like as a player right now, Tyler Herro may be closer to his ceiling. I'm coming to you right now, my boy, because I know you was the last one holding on hope. I'm pretty sure you gave that shit up by now because you got eyes. But just tell me what you've been thinking about your boy.
I want to let you in on a little secret.
Okay.
Someone within the Heat organization told me Tyler Herro's comp, Devin Booker, think bigger. Think fucking bigger.
Think bigger. Think 4-time NBA champion, 2-way player bigger. Think double one on his jersey bigger. Think 70 points on 8 dribbles bigger. Bitch, are you crazy?
Think bigger is what they told me. And
Klay Thompson is a off-ball maniac.
Oh my God, bro! I'm gonna tell you what. Tyler Herro, Klay Thompson is what Tyler Herro would be is if he had an ounce of black in him. If he had a pinch of nigger in him, dog, he would be him, dog. But unfortunately, he doesn't have that. He doesn't. He wasn't blessed with it. So this is what we're stuck with, bro. I think Tyler Herro is very damn close to his ceiling. I think we need to cash in immediately. I hated that contract once we signed him to it, but I know boys were saying we could flip it and it's going to be okay. And I'm hoping we could flip it because boys told me we was going to be able to flip Duncan Robinson's contract. We couldn't. Boys told me we could flip Kyle Lowry's contract. We couldn't flip that. They told me we could flip Deadman's contract. We couldn't flip that. So I'm about to flip the fuck out if we don't find a way to flip a motherfucker, bro. Because I don't know what the fuck is going on. This shit is not making sense.
Parties at the retirement home with Pat them, then they doing asset flipping in the front office, bro. I don't know.
Listen. We have so many guys in the locker room who should be flipping burgers. I don't understand what the hell is going on, but we need to figure it out and find a way to get Tyler Herro off the books next year, bro. Cash in, I'm begging you. That's why I wanted OG, even though OG's not great, but I'm thinking of OG in a pairing with another player. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking OG pairing with Bam for the future. I'm talking about packaging somebody to get a star. We can't do that as constructed with Tyler Herro. We can't land a star with Tyler Herro with a Tyler Herro pairing anymore, bro. So
I hate to break it to you, brother. But that contract, like, people are talking about the contract. Like, I think it is a terrible contract the minute it kicks in. So, like, what y'all are talking about is trading what it is, $27 million. Correct me if I'm wrong, Harry. It's like $27 million next year. Yeah, so y'all talking about trading $27 million making Tyler Herro. Tyler Herro was an asset at $5 million. He is not an asset at $27 million because he is not a $27 million player. I think we was running off a list of players who are in that same category. I can't remember, but all of them are much better than Tyler Herro. But Kendall,
bro, now that you said the minute they gave him the extension, bro, and you know we talked about the Russ and Lowry, it was a race. You would have beat LA if you would have off Tyler and Kyle together. For however you would have got D'Angelo Russell, Beasley, and Vanderbilt. I don't know exactly how it would have worked, but I think you would have beat.
Well, if you trade Tyler, then Tyler makes, like, he would cost $27 million to them.
No, I'm saying if they didn't give him this.
If they didn't give him the extension, oh yeah.
And he would be a much better team. Bro, I this team could be so much better, bro. But they fucked themselves. They played it stupid in multiple ways. But hey, man,
the asset managing, don't be asset managing.
I just want to give the comments like a task, man. Like, can y'all just give some names, like, of who, bro? Because me and Threat talked about this. We cannot come up with a solid comp for Tyler Herro. Like, in the way his game is, like, whether you want to call it a trajectory or whether you think he's close to a ceiling, which I do too. Right. And it's kind of like, bro, like
Austin Herro.
Who?
Austin Herro.
Hey, I ain't seen Young Bull play, but maybe. Because like he said, bro.
Jordan Poole white twin, bro.
And I'm gonna be real, bro. I think
Jordan Poole is a way crazier bag. Jordan Poole is way crazier. Jordan Poole can ISO and say get out of the way.
I'm just talking about, like, it's not just necessarily a game. I'm thinking more so in terms of impact on the game. Like, Jordan Poole has the same, like, dud ass moments like Tyler Herro too. So it's like, when I think about them, like, as comparable players, like, they're the same fucking player. Like, people like to talk to me about the fact that Tyler Herro averages 20 points a game, and I keep saying this, but nobody seems to hear me. This is an inflated NBA, okay? 20 points per game is the new 16 points a game.
Kuzma gets 20 a game, bro.
But Kuzma
Jordan Poole gets 20 points.
And he plays defense. He was just talking about it. Yeah.
You feel me?
Bro, Tyler Herro hit his head on the ceiling so hard this season. Like, I don't know what's louder, him hitting his fucking head on his ceiling or, like, the bricks he chucks up tonight.
But that's because he's a starter. Like, I think Tyler had much more room to grow as a leader of a bench. Like, if we kept him in the 6-man role, I think that is where Tyler's trajectory can get better. He can get better at leading a bench. But when you place him as a starter, that puts him in an entirely different position, bro. Like, I just think that he's closer to his ceiling his ceiling's capped as a starting player. He's a high-level role player. That's what he is. And we just giving him too many responsibilities so that he can focus on being a high-level role player. We talk too much about Tyler, and I'm sick of it, to be honest with you. I want to talk about Bam tonight because I think Kendall said it best. He was talking about it. He kind of encapsulated it best. What Bam doesn't give you offensively, you can take from nights like this because of what he gives you defensively. Bam still had moments on the defensive end that people can be appreciative of, but that offense was dookie this evening. Harrison, give me your thoughts on Bam's game tonight.
Just hasn't really looked good tonight or in the other two games after the All-Star break. I don't know if it's just, a little bit of a
All-Star.
What happened?
since he's been named an All-Star.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just kind of like post All-Star break hangover or something. I think he'll get it together. He'd been doing better this year against bigger guys. That was kind of our issue offensively with Bam coming into this year. Like, he had some issues against Brook Lopez. He had some issues against some bigger guys. So I'm not sure. Maybe Embiid's length kind of messed with him a bit tonight. It just wasn't his game. But for me, and the thing that I like about Bam and like about guys like Bam is he's going to stay engaged. Kendall mentioned he made 2 shots after he was 1 for 9. He gave you a big block down the stretch against Embiid. So you're always going to get the defense when he's out there, and you're going to be able to win games even when Bam is not on. And that's not the same for a lot of other guys on this Heat team. So, while I understand you obviously expect much better than 4 for 14 like Bam, and you probably want him to maybe find some more guys. He is a good passer that they haven't used a lot this year. I think that has to do with just that there's not a lot of space for these guys to operate. Guys are not cutting as much because you would think you can put Bam in the high post and you can just have guys cutting and you could open up other opportunities. But it just hasn't been that way for the team this year. I'm not going to be as upset with Bam. They won. He'll put it together. And he's always giving you the defense. I think it's crazy that he's not in any of these defensive player of the year conversations. They're going to give it to JJJ, who fouls out every game and, gets blocks counted by the stat guy in Memphis. Or they're going to pretend that Brook Lopez is some all-time defender. So I feel bad for Bam. Maybe he'll get it eventually. But in a game
you shouldn't feel bad for Bam Harrison. When people get more notoriety when they do them interviews with Taylor Rooks, they get you some eyes out here. Like, people pay a little bit more closer attention to what you're saying.
I do like, to be honest with you, off the basketball court, I really do like Bam's maturity into just a guy who's willing to speak his mind, regardless of what the ramifications of that might be. He's been more vocal this year about Defensive Player of the Year, about that he doesn't love a lot of the things going on with the team. And I think eventually that'll help the Heat. They're going to realize that they have to do some things that Bam wants in order to right the ship a little bit. And they're not going to be able to keep ignoring their best players' demands. So I think, all in all, not his best game, but I'm impressed with Bam this year, and he still blocked the hell out of Embiid when they needed a big play.
No, for sure. I think that's the thing that Kendall was alluding to. Like, Tyler Herro's inefficiencies are much more pronounced because he gives you nothing on the other side of the floor. But Bam still gives you a memorable moment in a clutch situation in this game. And I'm gonna go to Threat first because he raised his hand, and then I'll go to Kendall after that because he said he wanted to pick it back.
Just real quick. The only people that you can find a comp for Tyler Herro, you got to look back. You know what I'm saying? You got Gail Goodrich, Mark Price. That's the only way you can find the comp. Bitch. But back to
Gonzaga, Adam Morrison.
Shit, John Stockton. The fuck is you talking about? John Stockton actually can hoop. Fuck wrong with this man.
Oh my god. But
Scott Skiles. Fuck wrong with this man.
Right hand, John Crotty.
What? Fuck! I forgot what I was gonna say. Bam Adebayo. Oh yeah. If the Heat don't right this shit with Bam Adebayo, he's gonna find his way out. You call it maturity. I call it him not giving a fuck anymore. And when a player stops giving a fuck, deuces, because they should have did right by Bam by getting his best friend, who they had sealed in the bag. Donovan Mitchell wanted to be here. I don't care what the story is, what we may not know, what we do know. Donovan Mitchell wanted to be here. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It was gift wrap for them to do, and they chose not to make a proper move on that. And you know what I'm saying? They're going to pay the consequences if Bam ultimately leaves because Bam just doesn't give me Heat lifer vibes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has so many talented friends outside of the Miami Heat, bro. He's probably one of the most popular players amongst the NBA. You don't think he's going to dip out and leave if they don't do right by him? If they can't land one of his guys? They getting guys for Jimmy and not guys for Bam? Come on, bro. Like, The math ain't mathing. As far as Bam for the season, like he's in a slump right now, but I'm at a point where I don't gauge Bam anymore for the regular season. Like it is what it is. It's the playoffs. That's the only thing that matters for me at this point. And unfortunately, he's probably only gonna have 5 games to show me something. Because it's looking like we're gonna play either Boston or Milwaukee, and that's not gonna be a long series to show anything. So if he ends up playing Bucks, he's got to show me he could defeat the whatchamacallit drop zone. If they throw Robert Williams, Grant Williams, or whoever at him, he has to show me that he's elevated his game from last season and he's able to actually knock down those jumpers that they're giving him. So we'll see come playoff time, but there's really no gauge left for me in the regular season for Bam. It is what it is. Whether he hits a hot streak or hits a slump, it doesn't matter for me.
So Kendall, I'm gonna let you go, but I think the boy Threat tried to slide something in here that people didn't realize when he said that first round matchup gonna be the Boston and Milwaukee. Those are the 1 and 2 seeds in the Eastern Conference, which means that the Heat would be a 7th or 8th seed. You know how you get in the 7th or 8th seed, ladies and gentlemen? You in the play-in game. Okay? So the fact that you think that they would win a play-in game baffles my goddamn mind. I would hate to be in a 1-game hoop series with this team. That shit sound like a recipe for disaster, bro.
The only thing is if they're the 7 or 8 seed, they got 2 games to make the playoffs. That's the only reason why I'm giving them that. It's not a best of one.
They just got off a 4-game losing streak, bro.
And I'm gonna be honest, like if they the 7 or 8 seed, which I think they will be, like that means they definitely gonna get in because this team is inconsistent as fuck. So it means that they're either gonna probably lose the first game, and then they're gonna have to play that winner get in game, and they're gonna win that game. But when it comes to Bam, like Threat said, yeah, his struggles, like I'm looking for the playoffs too. This year against Boston, that man averaging 25 and 9. You feel me? So it's like, okay, Milwaukee, he averaging, I see here 19, just under 20, 11 and 3. So it's like, I feel like he cleared the aggression test. Because I think that Bam tonight, like if Bam started 1 of 6 last year, he probably would have took one more shot. To be real. Like he probably would have took one more shot. At least I can say the man got to the free throw line. He's in a slump, but this is the first time all year. He's had 3 games in which he shot under 50%, like in all 3 games. And I just think that speaks more to the fucking team, bro. Like, I don't think Bam is not a great offensive player. I think he's a good offensive player with the ceiling to become a very good offensive player. Like, but there's literally no one who can open the floor up for him to, like, when a guy is 1 of 6 in basketball, at least how I understand basketball, and it's a big, you want to get them a fucking layup or something. You want to get them a dunk, a lob, you feel me, to get them going or something, just so they can see, bro. Like with Bam, that shit is not happening with this team. So if that little mid range, like Threat say 10-foot merchant, if that 10-footer ain't hitting, bro, it's curtains for him. I just want to see him keep shooting it. Like, bro, his pick and roll players are literally Tyler Herro,
garbage,
Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin at times,
Victor Oladipo.
Depot. Tonight, they decided to use Jimmy Butler, and Jimmy actually decided to pass him the ball. And I think 3 of the 4 times, Bam literally fumbled it. And I'm like, this nigga don't expect him to pass him the ball at all. Like, that's exactly what it told me, because everybody else passes, he caught them motherfuckers just fine. So yeah, like, I'm worried about that too. I think bruh is gonna, I don't know, bro. Like, it gives me cause to be concerned. And to Harry's point, I'm more proud of him, like, for speaking his mind, because I don't know if that's a little insight to him. Like, okay, now the organization has told him, all right, we pivoting to you. Like, we're gonna start moving towards you. So like, he's more confident in speaking on these things. But man, them quotes, bro, like, I've been watching that stuck with me all season. Like, just Bam's development and the fact that he's speaking his mind like a motherfucker off the court. Like, I don't think I know a season when Bam has done like in-season interviews solo, dropping quotable quotes like
absolutely campaigning for his.
He's not pumping sunshine either about how great your organization. We have this mentality. No, I'm not finna recruit my friends. Like that's literally what he said. Type shit. Like so, when he said that, that's when I was like, well, damn. I guess we need to be worried. But hey, man, people and the narrative that Bam needs a point guard. Y'all need to kill that shit. This is not Stockton and Malone. Bam needs a dynamic rim pressure motherfucker who can stretch. Bam needs somebody who can shoot threes, get to the rim, actually dunk on people, so he can draw a big man over, and then he can get 2 dump offs a game when he's struggling like tonight, and then he'll actually be a 23, 24 point per game scorer. Because he get 21 mostly on his own merit. Like, let's be real. So all that point guard shit, I see Gogi. I done seen all kind of shit about a point guard. Bam don't need a point guard. Bam need one of them ones. Bam need a Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Like, let's keep it a buck. Like, that's what he needs. And some shooters around him. Some real shooters.
Yeah, drafted shooters.
Yeah, absolutely. Most definitely. That's like the number one, bro. If they add another undrafted motherfuckers on this team, bro,
ride out the ones. Let the ones that you got expire, bro. Keep them as long as you gonna keep them. The few that you gonna keep, 2 maximum. Like, and then ride off into the sunset. Bubba, anything that we didn't get to from tonight's game that you thought we should have touched on?
I'll talk about Bam too. Bam this month in February has more games under 20 than more than 20.
Oh, wait.
That's not good.
Don't you start that.
That's not good.
Cool.
Like, that's like we're talking about. I'm only saying this because I want to build around Bam, but we're talking about it. So let's hold him to that standard. Like,
where's my dashiki? I need
this
coincidence? I think not.
We've been saying, like, ever since this man got named an all-star, like Bam this year, I think last year, bro, this man ripped the jersey and was like, yo, let's go. I'm ready. Because Bam got his money last year, didn't say anything to the media, still played that heat culture crap, all that stuff. After he got his money, was still Mr. Organization.
I just don't know if I'm Alex and they keep cooking.
Tyler's Polio Tropical Air in a flower with a bronze shooting badge. You know, all facts, no printer, for real. I mean, that's all it is. That man, that's absolutely correct. But listen, Bam, I need him to go off in the playoffs. It has to happen regardless of who we play. I'm not saying that. Listen. I know how this comes across. But I'm not trying to be the one guy that's like, yo, Bam. But we said we want to build around Bam. Let's trade Jimmy Butler. And in a big game on national television tonight, we went to Jimmy Butler. In the playoffs, we're going to go to Jimmy Butler. Like this, let's just be real. Bam still, at the end of the day, is going to go look at Jimmy. He is. And he got named the All-Star. He wanted it badly. Now he's going on Taylor Rooks' shit, saying all sorts of stuff like all the other NBA players do when they get on her stuff. Like he should have won the last 2. We all know that. But like, with all due respect, like Bam, I know you think you deserve more respect. I know you think you should win Defensive Player of the Year. I know you think you should be an All-Star. We all get the message now on Heat side, at least. Maybe not the national media. I get it. Go back to being a top 4 seed. Go back to winning basketball games. This team stinks. I get it. You want to be the guy? You want to be a guy that a championship team says this is the best player on a championship team? Go look at what Luka Doncic did when he had Spencer Dinwiddie as his 2. I know it's the West versus the East, but just go look at it. Like, that's the category you want to get to. So, again, Bam still does his thing, though. It's not like a Tyler Herro situation. I'm not saying that. Not even close. Because Bam, at the end of the day, locked up Embiid, did his shit, still hit those 2 jumpers at the end. I'm just saying, this month, Bam Adebayo has gone back to what Bam has been his entire career. My only
pushback on that is I would say he hasn't gone back to what he has been his entire career because he actually keeps shooting the ball.
That's fair. He is a little bit more. He is definitely more aggressive. That you do bring up a good point there. And again, it definitely has a part to play with the roster construction. They do him no favors. I totally get that. But regardless, like, bro, go ahead, go get 20 every game. Go get 20 and 10 every game. And I want Bam Adebayo after every single game to be like, bro, Bam did his shit. Where the fuck is everybody else at? I want to be angry about it after every game. because this man is that good. That's how you get to Luka level. That's how you force an organization to be like, fuck it, we'll take on a Kyrie, because if you're pissed and you're that good, we can't let you leave. Like that's where it's going to be.
Luka just blew a 27-point lead. Can we stop pumping the Luka level? Let's call it something.
Luka blew a 27-point lead?
Luka blew a 27-point lead. Luka great, bro. But let's not.
Did we watch Kyrie Irving at the end of the game?
We just played Black Luka tonight. Now let's not.
But regardless, like if Bam is him, I need Bam against Milwaukee. I need 23-24 a game. Pass less, shoot more. Ride or die with yourself. Like stop deferring to anybody besides maybe Jimmy Butler if he's having one of those games. But if we're gonna hold Bam, like I can't have Bam Adebayo score less than 20 points. Like have less than 20-point games than more than 20-point games for an entire month if you're the franchise player. I'm building around you.
I get what you're saying around you. I get what you're saying, bro. Like, we got to keep
keep rolling.
We got to hold Bam to the same standard like that we want that of the level of the player.
Jimmy's doing like stuff like that, and we've seen games where Bam's checked out offensively, man. Like since the All-Star break, we've seen it. We've seen him passing off more,
but we've also seen more of Bam being the version of Bam that we hope for.
For sure.
Throughout the course of this season. Harrison, I wanted to get your thoughts, whatever you think we missed during the course of the show that we should have got to.
I didn't like all this Bam stuff. I've just been keeping quiet over here. I just think we talk about, and I brought it up last season too. Threat is right that the postseason is going to matter the most for Bam because that's when people are going to look for what he can do. But this team is built horribly for him and his skills. There's nobody on the court that can get him easy looks. Kendall mentioned that Jimmy gave him the passes, and he was totally thrown off by that because Jimmy rarely ever looks for Bam. He's had an unbelievable year with really not a lot of talent around him. And to me, he's only going to get better if they can finally get some guys around him that make his life easier. Giving him a couple easy lobs in the game. He's a big lob threat. They don't use that at all. And they need to focus on that. And that's really what they need to be doing. You obviously, and I said last year too, a lot of his issues offensively in the postseason, they were just having him screen for everyone because if they don't screen, they don't get open looks. This is a flaw in the roster construction. There's some flaws in the coaching and what they were asking him to do. You have an elite player who has really gotten comfortable with that shot, within the free throw line. They need to keep working around him. I don't really care about anybody else. I know Jimmy had a big game tonight, and Jimmy will bring it into the postseason. But it should be all about Bam. How do we make him better? How do we make his life easier, especially on defense, right? We talk about how good he is defensively. He spends a lot of energy guarding the best guy on the other team or guarding the best big guy on the other team.
Yeah, that made that point too.
That affects your offense. And we can pretend it doesn't, but it does. There's no one that's doing it on both ends like that all the time. So let's just focus on him. Let's build around him, and let's screw everybody else. Let's get rid of these undrafted free agent guys. Fuck these guys. Get Duncan Robinson off my team at any cost at this point. I don't care. I can't do it anymore. Get away from my team, away from everybody else. Kyle Lowry, fuck that guy. I can't believe people have come back around and said he's going to help the team. Disgusting. Disgusting. Honestly, I have a message for you. Fuck you. That's insane. Your family doesn't like you, and you should not be saying disgusting shit like that. That is gross. He is nasty. He has been horrendous this year. He can't even show up to support the team. He can't even sit on the bench and clap for his teammates. Fuck Kyle Lowry. Get him as far away from Miami as possible. Send him to friggin' Siberia. I don't care. Get him away. He's got the warmth to survive the cold winters. Get him out of here. Never talk about him. He's going to come back and fuck all of this up again. Fuck him. Fuck you for mentioning it. And I hope everyone has a good night and is blessed.
Hey, Kyle Lowry is such a slime ball. Hey, he really went on a team plane knowing that he wasn't going to play just to go back home to Philly for a free flight. Free flight.
Free flight to come home, bro, and get some free fucking food, bro.
We need to figure out. Someone needs to look at the PTO of this Heat team. This is disgusting. disgusting at this point. They're way over.
So many company times. There's so much company time.
We'll put TJ on that to make sure that we get to the bottom of this soon enough. What if the guy got Cain, Ricky J. Mark with the 199? Don't know. He said, "You know why I'm here." Yes, bro. We're trading Jimmy, bro. Don't worry about it. We're gonna get him up out of here. I got you. Alex Kelvin with the 499. Don't know. He said, when you say build around Bam, do you mean as a number one? Because I see him as a number 3 and number 2. I think that's what most of us mean, is not make Bam a number 1 option, but to build a team that better suits his skill set. So you find players that complement what he does well, like a Donovan Mitchell. Threat, wanted to get to you. Anything that we didn't mention tonight that you wanted to get to before we got up out of here?
Yeah, just one quick question to everybody else. I see everybody on the timeline starting to pivot and saying that we don't need a third star and that we should build a team around free agent talents. Does anybody here agree with that, bro?
No, because that's not how you build teams.
Bro, how are you going to get free agents when you got about 45 million, 49, whatever, tied up in Duncan Robinson and Kyle Lowry?
Damian Lillard is the only man that can save the Jimmy and Bam era, by the way.
Who?
Damian Lillard is the only one.
Honestly.
He is the only person, not Bradley Beal. Get that out of your head. It's not happening. Like
Bradley Beal never wanted to come here. Like, that's Miami pushing that just to 100%. Make everybody shut up. Like,
but if Dame actually, after this season, I know we say it every year, says I'll leave and we can move Herro and trade the picks till 2065. I don't give a shit. Like, if you got Jimmy, Bam, and Lillard, bro, I'd be back with you. I'd be back. Like, you'd have me back. I don't give a fuck who else is around that man.
The thing is,
you won't be able to give a fuck because there won't be nobody else around him. Go ahead, Threat.
The thing is, I don't think Dame will make himself available because he's a lifer, and I think the only 2 names that we're gonna hear, and I'm not a fan of either. Well, I'm a fan of one, but I don't think they solve the issues. Trae Young, Zach LaVine.
Hey, listen, so those are 2 names that you would trade Tyler's contract for. We've been kind of leaning towards to talk about what does it look like to get rid of Jimmy, and Adam suggested New Orleans in the spaces, and I've been kind of munching on that for a little while, like thinking about what you could. Hey, bro, you thought I was feeling you? But no, I've been sitting around thinking. I've been sitting around thinking about what that would look like, and so that's been intriguing. But we'll get into that later on. Thank you, Cure Bless, with the 199. Don't know. He said Bam needs to watch D-Wade highlights. For what? He can't do half the shit.
Also, back to the Trae Young thing, like, I find it really unlikely that Atlanta would trade him to Miami and have to see him that many times.
That's in the division.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you would see him just as much as you would see anybody else. Like, I really don't.
He would literally flourish. They'll be like, he wasn't playing off ball for us.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, nah. They're not doing
that. Got that boy in the lab. Kendall, we're going to round it out with you. Excuse me. Because I think you got a very specific topic that you wanted to talk about.
Yes.
That had nothing to do with this game.
Yeah. It's been brought to my attention that something was not discussed in which took place on national television.
Bro.
Pathetic.
Now y'all just let it cook. Let it cook, please, bro. Hell no.
Way off.
Exactly. Way up. Now,
bro, missing your whole first row is crazy in front of children.
Thank you,
bro.
Justin. Thank you, Justin. Hold on, Alex. Let me cook, brother. Now, I saw Mike Miller make a 3-pointer with his Skechers calisthenics, cushion foot shoes, extra foam, memory foam shoe in the middle of the court in the NBA Finals. Jason Capono.
Come on now. One! That bitch.
Daquan them hit the Quan, cook, one. Now, this is not just Tyler Herro smoke, because there is another low down, dirty, scandalous, stank, shitty son of a bitch that wears 55, who also went on national television during All-Star weekend. Bam won the skills comp, made a 3, and Duncan shitted on the money. For Tyler,
we could have had a 3-peat, bro.
Bruh, for Tyler Herro to go in such an environment built for his liking, though that backdrop was full of people that was there to see you win, young man. You had heat across your shirt, young man. And I believe he wore the same jersey that Daquan wore. I think he wanted to say
the red one. The Pono one and the red one too.
And he went up there, bruh. Did he even finish his shots?
He ran out of time.
In my view, he had like 14 or 15, and Julius Randle had 13. Julius Randle literally did better than him. Unacceptable. You stanky, dirty son of a bitch. Don't ever go to anything All-Star weekend related unless you going to the Low Rising Stars Challenge. And that shit ain't even started yet. But I'm working on a new sponsor to try to get that bitch kicking, because I'm seeing the Antetokounmpo brothers. I'm seeing Tyler Herro in 3-point competitions. Bro, you are a low rising star. Don't go back to All-Star weekend. Don't even go sitting next on the sidelines, because don't nobody fuck with you. I seen Bam making fun of Giannis making fun of Grant Williams. They fuck with Grant Williams. Don't nobody fuck with you, Tyler. Get in the gym and just try shit. Just run around, catch the ball, and just fire it. Because that's what you need to be doing, brother. You need to be practicing your off-ball game.
Cook.
Shitty ass motherfucker.
Thank you. You did my soul some good just then. Because that boy was an embarrassment on TV. But
this is an insane comment. This shit just been sitting there.
Yeah, I thought you was going to read it.
Thank you, David Sampson, for this wild-ass $2 dono in which he said Tyler gave kids their Vietnam experience. If you know, you know.
Come on now.
Hey, he was giving straight veterans PTSD. Straight PTSD out there.
O block. Gang. Fucking you talking about?
Tyler Herro really was in Utah. He could have inspired a whole generation of kids like to play basketball there. So many like kids. And he literally went out there. I said on the Random Scroll Heat podcast he was going to finish dead last. And that's the first time I've ever insulted Tyler Herro and was joking. And he almost finished dead last. Like you were saying, I would have given Julius Randle had 13, but I mean,
when Tyler Herro stopped shooting the basketball in that competition, he was dead last.
Best shooter in the draft. I mean, he played off ball at Kentucky. This is what I'm so confused about. He played exclusively off ball in Kentucky. Did not have the rock in his hands at all, and was just a spot up shooter, and that's why we drafted him. Like,
hey, Alex, Devin Booker came off the bench at Kentucky, bro. That shit don't mean nothing. That shit literally means zero, my brother.
Everybody at Kentucky is him. Just a bunch of them on the roster. Let's get to the next game. And look at here. We play the goddamn Philadelphia 76ers again. On the 1st of March. Don't expect the same results that you guys got from tonight. But we're going to start with Harrison since he's been quiet for a long time. Harrison, the boy feeling good?
No, I don't never feel good. We're probably going to give it back. It was a good heartfelt victory in Philly, but I don't think we're going to do it again. Want to mention you guys, we do have a new episode of the Random Scrub Heat podcast dropping. We're going to be recording Thursday with a special guest, and that episode should drop Thursday night. So we'll talk about how the Heat do on Wednesday. But no, I'm not feeling good about this team, and I won't. Well, changes are made.
You sound like an angry parent at a PTA meeting, bro. Like, I would not stand for this until changes are made. Fuck, I've never heard those sequence.
Harry said, all them undrafted, you need to leave.
That's what I'm saying. You guys suck. There's Jordan, the nasty man with the $5 dono. He said he single-handedly destroyed the power of an untucked jersey. First of all, Carmelo Anthony was rolling over in his grave when he saw that, because Carmelo Anthony is one of the kings of the untucked jersey. Boy used to go crazy.
Kyrie,
come on now. Yeah, and listen, I said one of the kings. I didn't say the, because Kyrie untucked this And he's something else.
No, I'm talking about of what Tyler did. He feels some type of way.
Well, I mean, everybody should feel some sort of way. But Bubble, the boy feeling good?
I'm feeling fantastic. I'll keep it a Fenway Frank. We own Philadelphia. Straight up. They're garbage. We own them. They are Roy Hibbert soft. Straight up. That's what they are. They are not good. Jimmy Butler does not lose to them. Erik Spoelstra does not lose to Doc Rivers. Gabe Vincent hates Philadelphia. We'll be just fine. But don't expect Tyler Herro to do anything. I can tell you that.
You said a Fenway Frank. I'm going to keep it a bean with you about that Roy Hibbert comment that you said.
You disrespect.
Completely outrageous. The boy had the big three in shambles for 2 years.
You know, and just 2 years. What happened after the 2 years?
They ain't got nothing to do with me.
He
But
soft.
bro,
He was not good.
He was not soft, bro.
He had Chris Bosh. He had Chris Bosh tooted up, bro.
Come on, now.
I ain't even finna hold you.
Chris Bosh wasn't doing nothing about it. Kendall, the boy feeling good?
Don't ask me how I'm feeling. Just playing. The boy, hey man, I'm Gucci out here, bro. Like, I bet when you ahead of the curve and when you really know ball, like I know ball. No, let me stop. You don't be disappointed in what you see from this team. I don't feel good about them. These niggas sucked last year, bro. Like, yes, they was getting W's, but they was trashed then. They trash now. They are a model of inconsistency. I literally think they in the worst possible spot you could be, 15th. And they gonna lose the next game, bro. Like, that's just who this squad is, bro. Like, when they show you who they is, believe them. You know what I'm saying? And I expect the L, and that just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy.
I hear that. Cain threat. Give these folks some truth as you part out of here. His boy feeling good?
Man, the boy feeling great. Philly by 10.
You tripping, bro. He about to blow that shit out. Fuck is you talking about? Did you not see what I saw tonight? Okay, Jimmy, unguardable. Huh?
I heard Alex up here lying.
Hey man. He
don't lose the Doc Rivers.
He got Fenway Franks going. He got Fenway Franks flying around his head at times. So you got to be careful about what that boy say coming out of his mouth. Don't know what's been in there. You live in Boston, bro. Right? You said it.
That's all I said.
but no, bro. No, I'm lying. I can't. I don't want to do it tonight. The Heat are not going to win this game. They're going to lose. Like, it is what it is. They should have lost tonight. That's the reality of the situation. I feel like they squeak one out. Good for them. But come the first, they will be losers of 5 out of their last 6 games. So prepare yourself for whatever that means for you internally. But yeah, we're not finna win that game, bro. We got eyes tonight. Be happy with that. Sleep good this evening. Prepare for nightmares next time we play them. So thank you guys in the comments as always for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to the boy Bubble. Thank you to Harrison. Thank you to the Cains. Kendall Ed Threat for pulling up one time for me. Thank you to Cain, Justin in the background on the 1s and 2s. We'll see y'all next game. Play the video, Justin.
Oh yeah, we packing somebody up tonight. Hey, come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat pack in the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the Trey, yes and no, the friends and the foes, the Butlers and the Herro. You can feel it in your soul, but when the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing, like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17.